Graham Oliver, and I'm Commercial Director here at Vivid Care. One of my roles is in research and development, and today we're looking at one of my favourite projects that we've worked on to date. This is the Lento Neuro Chair. It's a chair for people that we developed with ataxic conditions. So when we were developing this chair, we were particularly initially looking at people with diseases such as Huntington's, where there's a lot of involuntary movements, where there needs to be a very strong frame. The patient needs to be comfortable. They're also where there tends to be muscle wastage. And what we were looking for was a chair that could be used throughout the lifetime and the progression of diseases such as this, that the chair stayed with the patient and could operate with them as the condition progressed. So one of the key things that we knew we needed to do was to make it extra strong. So we redeveloped the whole frame to make it a very heavy duty frame with very heavy duty gas springs to account for those kind of involuntary movements where they're really violently moving. And we also created 6 brake casters on it. This gives it a really strong, stable platform for the patients to sit in and to feel secure and safe. It's designed to be small enough to fit through any standard doorways, so it can be used in a home environment or in a care environment. And with the addition of the push handle at the back and the wheel foot block means that the patient can be moved around in it. So once they've been put into the chair, they can stay in there for a reasonable length period of time in great comfort and be moved from room to room. So the key features on the chair, we have a raked seat initially with heavy padding all the way around on all the contact surfaces. This is to help the patients feel like as if they're being almost hugged by the chair. This helps calm the involuntary movements. We know that psychologically it's a lot better for the patients. We've also got a foot block which is shaped and profiled, as you can tell, for the legs to sit in, and we have memory foam in the top of there to give extra comfort for long periods of time. We've made the foot block attached by a metal clasp here, which gives a really firm connection between the two, and there's no way patients can entrap themselves. We've designed it so that there's no possibility for patients to be able to insert their limbs into an area where they could get trapped and then cause damage to themselves. We also have on the back, we have a spacer fabric here because we know patients with Huntington's and similar struggle to regulate their temperatures. So we have a breathable open mesh fabric here, which allows for them to actually, the sweat to be wicked away, and if necessary, the covers can be taken off and washed. Similar to many other chairs in our range, we actually have the ability to adjust the width of the chair. So using these screw knobs here at the back and some corresponding ones at the front, we can actually bring the width of the chair in. So if there's muscle wastage and the patient reduced in size, we can still retain that cocoon shape for them to actually feel the comfort of being held in a cocoon. The backrest and other materials are replaceable, so you can remove them if deep cleaning is needed. On the back angle, that can be adjusted. Currently, it's set to a rake of around about 35 degrees, but the back angle can then also be opened up to really bring that right back, so the patient can be almost lying down, but in general, we keep them in this sort of position so that you can actually bring them up for meal times and inclusion, etc. So this chair is ideal for patients at the point where they're hoisted due to the seat rake. If the patient is still ambulant, then it might be that they're better off in something like the Lento mobile rise recliner. If they still have reasonable core strength, then this could still be a good fit for them. But with the seat rake, we actually find that this is more designed for patients who are hoisted. It can also be used as a safe way of restraining patients, for example, with dementia or something like that, without having to put any kind of physical restraints on them. You can put them in the chair, reduce the rake, and then that means they're seated comfortably but safely, and there's no risk of them slipping out or falling out. If a patient doesn't have any kind of involuntary movement or wastage, then a good alternative may be the Lento Care chair, because from that you can then also, they sit in a bit more of an upright position, so they might be better if they're engaging still in a lot of activities, such as needing a table to play games on or something like that. The care chair might be more suitable in that instance. But for anyone who suffers kind of any ataxic movements, this is the best chair out there. So one of the great things about Vivid Care is we're that confident in our products and their quality. We offer a 5-year warranty on the frame. we just know that with the way we craft it, with the extra attention to detail we've put into things like the strength, we know it is one of the best products out there for this type of condition. We also offer a service where you can buy it, and then if it's not suitable and it's not comfortable, you can return it within 7 days for a full money back guarantee. We're just that confident in the quality of it. We also offer, of course, the home assessments, the free assessments with no obligation. You can try it. We can manage that with your occupational therapist or other healthcare professionals to ensure that this is the right fit for you before you have to commit to it.